I bet it was that girl. Costmo? Why, dude? Costco got offended by that. But then Goto couldn't see it apparently. Question mark. Another person was there. Let's go see Maggie. I think I can fit this in. I don't know if I'm able to do the trial though, but I'll see. Because I'm unsure of my disk space right now. I need to pee. Give me a sec. Yeah. Très bien. I'm sure you don't, because it tastes like shit. Cruising for a bruising. Can I reveal to Maya? Don't torch Gumshoe's feelings like they're cups of cheap creme brulee. You're really crazy about Maggie, aren't you? No, I'm not. It's not that you don't have to hide it, Gumshoe. It's pretty obvious. Yeah, you're way too plain looking for Maggie, right? I'd arrest you right now if you weren't so right. That's so mean, dude. That's so mean. Because there should be another person there, man. Man? Yeet! Oh la la! Wait. No! You weren't supposed to eat it, Gumshoe! Ew! I think. Dodo. I didn't expect to actually get something out of this. 7. Ooh. Harrison Frogs. Oh, Parisian. I guess. You look kind of pretty in your own way. Must be a lottery ticket. Oh no. I guess. With your own money. Oh, the fucking scooter's here again. Nothing? Really? That sounds kind of fun, actually. Good suggestion, Maya. You want them? No. Okay, same dialogue choices. Let's go to the criminal affairs first. One through thieves of an Asian princess. Man, this music got me hyped up a little bit, but it didn't do shit. It didn't do jack shit. Phony. Oh. Let's go to the kitchen. Oh, it's her. Jesus, what the fuck is wrong with her? think we already debunked who the real killer is. Oh? Ew, that doesn't mean that he literally decides to insert with goldfish. Who is here? She's scary woman. She is from the loan office. Is that where you borrowed $500,000 from? Yes, tender lender it's called. Catchy name, just here. Caring it makes me want to borrow some money. Please, you must not borrow from them if you must, no more than $10. $10 sounds like your whole monthly stipend, Maya. Hey, I get a bit more than that, thank you very much. So tender lender is the loan borrower. I don't think I can do this case. I'm pretty sure they do, considering how she was acting. The tiger. The tiger? Yes, he is the manager of the tender lender. A terrifying man, the big city mobster. When he shouts at me, my knees are trembling and his voice is ringing in my ears for 3 days. As soon as I hear the noise of the scooter, I start to cry. A big city mobster who rides a battered old scooter? Does this guy resemble me by any chance? Oh, no, no, no. This man is a presence, more affordable. Although, yes, he does have the spiky hair just like you. There's a resemblance here, I suppose. Oh. This makes Helen. Alright. Let's get out of here. Bye. You better be going, detective, or you'll be late. Actually, I kinda got a favor to ask. It's a big one. A favor? Yeah, it's for Maggie, actually. I was kinda hoping you'd give this to her for me. What is it? It's a lunchbox. I got up early so I could make it. I've been real worried about her. She looked like she'd lost a lot of weight. Detective Gumshoe. How many weenies are in here? There's not a person who could down this much meat. You think? I love weenies. I can't get enough of their tender juiciness. With love and plenty of weenies. That's a hentai line, alright? We're going right to the detention center. Away we go. Well, guess we're going somewhere else. Let's go to blue screens first. Blue screens incorporated. Holy fuck, what is wrong with your face? Wow, this place is so high tech. You can almost smell the electricity in the air. Who are you? Holy shit, it's Cyborg Chick. Hello. I'm sorry. Access is restricted to authorized personnel only. This is a computer programming laboratory. Lisa Basil. I'm the company director. HMD. No, I just enjoy wearing it. They are pretty cool. I wouldn't mind one. Let's talk to him about Mr. L. He was a top programmer. I would even say he was a genius. But he did suffer from 1 or 2 bugs in his personality. Oh yeah? Like what? He was a bit of a loser. Perhaps that would be the best way to describe it. That's what got him into trouble. He was a top programmer. Cyclops. I'm the representative. Sparta. That is Sparta. Sesame. It's not Sesame, then it must be her mother's maiden name. That's how it always is. Yeah, let's go. Damn, it's so hard. That is Glen Elk shit, though. Scared? Nope. Cyclops, boom. Oh, okay. There it is. How many Cyclops? 5? Just 3. Okay, that's not too bad. You're allowing me to take it? God damn it. Eee. I suck at this. Someone's marked December 3rd on red pen. That's the day Mr. L was murdered. Is there anything else? Yeah. Meet with the tiger. There's over 500 of them. Oops, maybe a buck down. Looks like this one. Anything else? Oh, I guess that's it. Absolutely not a robot. Yes! A bit of a loser. Oh! Literally. Okay, cool. Oh, she's sweating. Yes! Oh, I don't have the guy. I don't have the fucking. Damn it! I had to meet whoever that guy was first. Shone. All right, let's go. Win through a compromise. Welcome. Talk about a creepy voice. It makes your soul want to shrivel up and die. It's her! It's Fire Girl! Enjoy quietly. Examine. Pues très bien. That scared the shit out of me. What? Even have it has a badge on it. Maya's just screaming her ass off. It's an attorney's badge. It's made of paper. Bits of paper. I took it. Holy shit. Come out from under the desk, Maya. Oh god, it's Trump in Phoenix Rice World. Don Tigri, you're back. What the fuck? Huh? Violetta. Violetta, okay. So she must be the manager then. That threatens people. He's my phony. Furio Tigri. Furio Tigri? So that's where the tiger thing comes from. Xiamxia's got a real nickname. Hurry, find out more about him. What? I feel like he would just slap out his cock and break your spine. What the fuck? What does it say again in our profile? Head of the Tenderlander Loan Company, also known as the Tiger. I'm very frail, you see. Just recently, I died once. You died? About 4 months ago, the doctor said to abandon all hope. He saved me. He gave up everything. When I found out what he had done for me, I was happy. I decided I'd pay him back with my life by serving him coffee and espresso. So is that why you've got that bandage around your head? This? They put it on after the operation. It's just a little injury, a little fatal injury. So, that's the injury you were talking about before when you had said you died once. I knew it. Me too. How'd you know that? Violetta. A thoroughly bitter person. Tell me on his bike. Old CV back. What are you doing, Maya? Ow, ow, ow! Seeds! Shell splinters. Painful. Come on. I don't want to give anyone else but Maggie the fucking wieners. That sounds wrong, but okay. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Oh wait, no, someone was hiding something.
Take that! Take that! Take that! Take that! Take that!
Holy shit! Must be the CD.
Take that!
No, it's not. The program itself. I don't have it. Fuck. God damn. God damn. God damn. Fuck. That is a good question. Yes, let's go talk to Maggie. Give her food. Give her the food. He's not hungry, is she? Oh, I'm sorry. Gumshoe. This must be them. Gumshoe? Fuck. Hold on. I have the paper though. But I found it. I found it though. It's right here. Damn it. The fact that he was even testifying to begin with doesn't quite... Well, when I took the coffee over to the victim's table, it's true that there was another customer in the restaurant. Yeah, we know that already. It was Victor Kudo. But I can't really say it was an old man. Okay, then how about calling him a really old, middle-aged old man? No, age isn't the issue. The other customer was a woman. A woman. Are you sure, Maggie? Well, I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. She was sort of creepy, and she had a cackling laugh. Creepy? Cackling? Why do I get the feeling I've come across a woman like that recently? Right here. Present Violetta. Goodbye, Maggie! God damn it. This might be. Holy smokes. You already told me. Move. Très bien. Kitchen. Oh shit, he's gone. Looks like Mr. Armstrong's out again, but the place is open for business. You can't leave an open restaurant without a chef. Hey, it's not my fault, Nick. Don't take it out on me. Only a couple of minutes after the incident happened, Mr. Kudo left the scene, leaving Mr. Armstrong here alone. Arg, missing when we need to talk to him the most. Maybe he's trying to avoid us on purpose. That is a good assumption, yes. Wait, hold on. He may be at the He might be at the, he's probably at the Tender Lender right now. Or no? Take that! Damn it. God damn it. Donuts. Fuck. Oh, okay, I see. That's how it goes. I don't even have anything. Wow. This improvisation just takes a long time. Let's go back to my office. Nothing? I'm officially lost. Oh, here we go. Let's go. Dr. Wright. Internal goes boom. MC Bomber. It's gotta be MC Bomber. There it is. That lady. Viola Cadavarini. She's the only granddaughter of Brutal Cadavarini. Bruto Cadavarini. Do you know who that is, Nick? Never heard of him. Bruto Cadavarini's the boss of the Cadavarini family. We can't touch them. They're way too powerful for the police, but you're thinking of taking them on, aren't you? Why does he have a massive gash on his forehead? Yeah, I bet she's tiny and tight for that massive cock of tigers. Just break her back every time she flips out his dick. As I said so before. Again. Wait, why is she gone? Alright, let's go. I'm dead. Doing this blind is so fucking hard. Just when the anime doesn't really match up.
Take that!
Here we go, okay.
Take that!
MC Bomber. Put my life points back. Whew. Why is my rattling? Why is this rattling? That's bad. Ask about Glenelle. How about her? Ugh. I don't even have the thing that way. Seriously, that was it? Alright, I finally got the walkthrough. But I didn't expect that Furio Tigre was actually gonna hit her across the fucking head. What the fuck? Okay. You are hurt badly, huh? Did the injury have to do with you? I mean... Nope. Donuts? Where the fuck do I go, man? Fuck. I don't have the repair bill. Where the fuck do I get that? Oh, I need to examine shit. I'm dumb as fuck, dude. I'm so fucking dumb. I didn't examine everything. I was so retarded. Okay. Alright. Phone goes away. Phone goes away. I cheated a little bit, but that's because I was genuinely stuck. There's a piece of paper sticking out of the under here. What is it? A repair bill. Looks like he did some repair work on his car. Does he even have one? 15K to replace a bumper and a light. That's insane. The car's registered to the Cadaverinis. Huh? So it's not even the tiger's car. Alright. Win through compromise. That's Tinderlander's guiding principle. Oh. Compromise the customer to win. Oh, shit. Oh, I see. How about you, Nick? Yeah, well, as long as we don't have to compromise my hair, I think we're okay. Alright, now we'll do it. There we go. There we go. I have here a car repair bill. From this, it seems pretty obvious that this car was involved in an accident. Wait, let me read that? Oh, never mind. Let me see that. This bill is made out to the Cadaverinis. Yes, it is. I don't think I ever introduced myself. Tell me, what do the Cadaverinis have to do with me? Something that tells me she's not about to say hi and introduce herself. Alright then. Your relationship with the Cadaverinis is very strong, and this is why. Because you are a... Boom. I know exactly who you are. Viola Cadavarini. You sustained the injury in a traffic accident, didn't you? It happened about 4 months ago. I was driving on one of our family's cars, but someone pulled out in front of me. It was a motorbike, something like that. I don't remember it much. Anyway, I swerved to try to avoid it, but... I took a blow to the head. Yeah, a bad one. Yeah, I can imagine. And so what happened to the person on the bike? I'm guessing they didn't get away with injuring the Viola Cadavarini, huh? I don't know what happened to them. They ran away, or so I heard. Ran away. If they'd stayed, I'd have... Is it possible that the person who committed the hit and run have been... It was this man, wasn't it? He was the cause of your accident. It wasn't Don Tigre. I refuse to believe it. We collided, the motorbike and my car. But Don Tigre isn't injured at all. Is he? It was the tiger who caused Viola to crash. I can feel it. Plus one of her locks just broke, so she must suspect it was him too. I'm sorry, Miss Cadavarini, but I have proof that the tiger was involved in a traffic accident on his bike. His bike itself. It's not exactly a motorbike, but Mr. Tigre rides around on a scooter, doesn't he? And you'll notice that the front wheel guard is badly damaged. Miss Cadavarini, you know the truth, don't you? This repair bill was paid by Furio Tigre. The Cadaverinis have known for ages who caused the accident, haven't they? It's possible, perhaps. Somewhere inside me, I know that may be true. But... Don Tigre still saved my life. The operation was very complicated. It was very, very expensive. How much are we talking? Very, very, very expensive. Well, anyway, it was the tiger who paid for it, right? After I recovered, Don Tigre told me. He said he paid for the operation because he cared about me. I believe him. Really? But do you honestly believe that to be true? Do you want to know what I think? I think the reason he paid for the operation wasn't because of you, but because of someone else. Perhaps I shouldn't be saying this, but Your grandfather, Bruto Cadaverini, controls a lot of the dubious cash, am I right? And you are his beloved pride and joy. Sure, I don't know exactly how much the operation cost, but if you weren't the granddaughter of Mr. Cadaverini, do you think Mr. Tigre would have paid the money? $1 million. That's so sick. I feel chills, dude. I actually feel chills from this. The head bandage. 4 months ago, I was in a traffic accident. And that's why I needed the operation. When I woke up, they told me it was nothing serious. A simple procedure. Oh, really? Well, I guess if she recovered in 4 months, it couldn't have been too big. They said the operation cost $1 million. $1 million bucks? My grandfather ordered Don Tigre to pay $1 million in compensation. Compensation? It's underworld lingo for paying money to settle a score. Basically, pay or get into some serious trouble, but $1 million bucks? This has to be related to our poisoning case somehow. I wanted to believe him. I wanted to trust what Don Tigre said. He said it had nothing to do with my grandfather being Bruto Cadaverini. I wanted to believe he helped me because he cared about me, not about my grandfather. Aww. He said it was all for me, so I helped him. You helped him? In what way? Here, take these. Medical papers. I'm Bruto Cadaverini's granddaughter. He had to pay compensation. He was made an offer. He simply couldn't refuse. Payment was due last year. Damn. Wow, I feel so bad for Viola. It's inexcusable. Huh? There are two things that I consider inexcusable. Poisoning and betrayal. Only a coward would hurt other people using either of these tactics. Is everything alright, Nick? We should get going. Right after we finish our espresso. Yeah. I won't need to convince Viola of anything else, so I guess I can get rid of this. Repair bill thrown into the trash. I'm sorry, Viola. That was actually... I feel actually really bad about that. I legitimately do. She just wants love. But she got betrayed. Man, feels bad. The music really hit that home. Ah, bonjour! Zeniope. My other table already mine. Oh shit, he knocked me out. Detective Gumshoe to the rescue! To court, let's go. Tenderlander is going down. Let's go. I'm fucking hype, dude. Bring this faggot to court. Yay! I'm bringing the monetize whatever. Let's see. Oh, let's go. Let's go. I'm hype as shit. I'm hype as shit. Good morning, Mr. Wright. Good morning, Maggie. Oh yeah, I gave it to him. I'm afraid not, pal. It's medication. Oh, it's the medication. Let's go. Let's do this. Or my name is not Phoenix Wright. Let's go, dude. Lock and load. How's it going, Godo? Defense is ready, Your Honor. Ready and waiting, as always. Your Honor. Badass motherfucker, let's go. Yeah, let me turn on the sound mixer real quick. I want to turn the music just slightly. Okay, perfect. Yesterday we heard the testimony of Mr. Victor Kudo. He claims to have witnessed the defendant putting a powder into the victim's coffee. However, the witness's testimony was plagued with a number of problems. The mark on the rim of the cup that shows the victim drank from his right hand, but according to the old man's testimony, he picked it up with his left hand. Thank you, Mr. Goda. Furthermore, according to the witness's account, the victim was listening to the radio with an earpiece in his left ear, yet the victim's left eardrum was ruptured, which made him effectively deaf in that ear. Gumshoe. Oh, it's... holy shit. And you are? Oh my god, everyone! I'm Gene Armstrong, the owner of and the head chef of La Peruvian restaurant. Forgive me for asking witness, but are you a woman? Oh la la, mon dieu. As you can see, I am the fat and perky gentleman. Okay. You were in the Trabian's kitchen. Isn't that right? With you, Monsieur, everything feels right. Goto's gay! Let's do it. No? It's just Oh! That makes sense, kind of. Cross-examination. A large mirror between tables, for example. Hold the phone. But there were no mirrors.
Objection!
God damn it. Holy fuck, I lost 2 points already. God damn it. It's probably too early. I need to press first. Let me save. I don't want to go all the way up.
Hold it!
Objection!
Okay.
Hold it!
Objection!
Top-knot chick. And the ungodly cool guy with the mask over here. Not the hair. I do not have a top knot.
Hold it! Hold it! Hold it!
Objection!
Forgot that.
Phony!
What do I have so far? Should be something in the first 2 pages. I don't think he was looking at that. I don't know, man. Ugh. I gotta pee. Alright, cool. So everything... So he said everything was in reverse, so the eyepiece was the same thing as his left, right? But if you reverse it, that means that it's on his right. Hold on, let me see. Okay, so that is on his left ear. But if that's his left ear in reverse, that'd be on his right. Right?
Objection!
Yes! Coffee cup, the earpiece, and the HMD. Let's think back to Mr. Kudo's testimony for a second, shall we? The boy was wearing the exact same side as the green lens of his specs. No question, you can lock me up if I'm wrong, it was the left ear without a doubt. So to summarize, we were told both the HMD and the earpiece were on the victim's left side. Now, if Mr. Kudo saw that as a reflection of the mirror, it means both the HMD and the earpiece were actually on the victim's right side. Exactement, you see, monsieur. Now that you think about it, it's not so hard, no? Unfortunately, that's where we run into a monumental contradiction with the facts. If Mr. Kudo really did see everything in a mirror, why is it the HMD is still on the wrong side of his head? That's a good point, yeah.
Objection!
Second cup. Third cup. don't even follow. Okay, let's see. The mirror, it was in the middle of the restaurant, dividing the two halves. There's only one seat which is seeing the image of the victim. That was a seat of... You couldn't even see anything. Oh, I see. Naughty little coquette, are you? Okay, so he said the mirror was in the middle of here. Only one seat, right? But didn't the guy testify to saying he broke the vase? But this vase is fine. Nani? I don't need to press anything. Where you at, bitch? There it is. This photo clearly shows something that theoretically should not exist. Should not exist. Ha, sounds like you're describing yourself, try it. I'm telling you, there should have been no vase on this table. Because very genius! Mr. Kudo broke the vase that was on the table where he was sitting. And yet, as this court can see, there is an unbroken vase on the table next to the victim. Why? Because Mr. Kudo was not in fact sitting at the table next to the victim at all.
Objection!
Don't be an idiot, right? That's impossible. That seat's the only Kudo. Exactly. You do!
Objection!
Objection!
Yes, Your Honor. The reason behind of all the contradictions in Mr. Kudo's testimony is simple. Fuck! Then it has to do this. What did you say?
Objection! Objection!
Objection!
That is true. Let's get it.
Phony!
Objection!
That's gay.
Phony!
Please don't. And don't you ever use Pearl's theme for that again. Merci bien.
Objection!
Hold on, let's go back. It's around 2 p.m. Okay, 2 p.m. Photo of the scene taken from near the kitchen. $1 million. Worn by Maggie at the time of the incident. Deadly powdery poison. Experienced smoke stealing. Hey! At 1:30 p.m. But he literally called out his shit like 45 minutes later.
Objection!
Boom. Holy fuck, that took a while. Oh my god, I'm sweating. Kai? What do you mean? That must be the show Monsieur Elg was listening to. I wonder. You say the victim arrived at your restaurant after 2 p.m., correct? Yes, I am sure of it. I remember it perfectly now. I remember it was that time because I had just finished serving the lunch menu. Get to the point, right, if you have one. That show was broadcast live at 1:30 p.m. and it claims to be the most thrilling 10 minutes of your life. It's on the air at 1:30. Now supposedly, the victim made some noise when the announcement that he had won. And yet, I don't believe his cry of joy could have occurred after 2 p.m. because the show had already finished more than 30 minutes earlier by the in time. No! This victim we've been told about has done nothing but the impossible. Listening to the radio with a ruptured eardrum, catching a show that was already over, there's only one conclusion you can draw from these facts. This victim was an imposter, acting out the poisoning 30 minutes after the real murder. Yes, there were 2 Glen Elgs at Travian that day. The real Glen Elg, now dead, having been poisoned by the real killer, and the phony Glen Egg, acting out the events for Mr. Kudo to witness. It certainly seems that way. I mean, if that wasn't the case, how could you explain the time discrepancy? Objection! Like the performance, right? But sadly, you lack the rock-hard foundation rhythm of Kudo yourself. What is this? Music Theory 101? Let's recap. According to your imaginative theory, it is now just after 2 p.m. The phony elk is performing a play for the benefit of Mr. Kudo. How do you explain that where the real Glen Elg is? I don't believe I have to spell this out for the court. However, at that time the real Glen Elg was already dead. That's certainly the obvious conclusion. Objection! Thank you, Trite. That's exactly what I was hoping you would say. What? Now, I presume you can prove this theory of yours? Can you explain where the missing corpse went to? The missing corpse? According to the old man's testimony, there was only one other customer there, and that customer was the phony Glen Elg. And the murdered killer had the body of the real victim. Yeah. The prosecution has a valid point, Mr. Wright. If your theory is just to stand up to examination by the court, you must provide us with proof by answering the prosecution's question. Where did the killer hide the body? I thought I had him with that contradiction, but he's turned it all around and backed me in the corner instead. First, where was the body of the real Mr. L concealed? It should be inside. Assuming. Because how else would they have found it? Let's take a look at the thing real quick. The floor plans. And how does the table look? Oh man, you can see it. I'm not sure. Nobody would have thought it would have been outside though. Inside. It would have to been too dangerous to take the body outside. Obviously, the body must have been hidden somewhere inside Trevian. Interesting. But where could a body have been hidden inside the restaurant? Perhaps you would care to show the court on these plans, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. The exact location where the body was concealed in the drive. We have the crime team photo already here, so there's no point. And we already saw underneath the tables, there's a clear distinction that you can see under them. So the only logical explanation would be in the kitchen.
Take that!
Body was in here. I see. Nice supposition. But the real question is, can you back it up? Where is the evidence that proves the body was hidden in that location? Bottle.
Take that!
Yes! Mr. Armstrong, do you recognize this bottle? No. I've never seen that ugly bottle before in my life. I'll use the very best bottles, monsieur. The highest quality only for me. Where was that bottle found, Mr. Wright? Interestingly enough, Your Honor, it was found in the kitchen of Trebian. Eh? What? But I only use that bottle for my aromatherapy oils. But this bottle doesn't contain aromatherapy oil, Mr. Armstrong. No, it contains a medication. What kind of medication? I'm sure everyone remembers, don't they? And Mr. Elk visited a otolaryngological clinic, Lamau, thank you, and was given medication that day. You can't be serious. The defense had the contents of the bottle analyzed, and I have the results right here. The contents of the bottle matched the prescription that was given to Mr. Elk. Glenn Elk's murderer hid the body inside the kitchen, and with time, this bottle fell out of the victim's pocket. Mr. Armstrong, when the incident occurred, didn't you say you were in the kitchen? Yes, you know what I'm about to say. It was you who hit the victim's body. You did a fine job pretending to defend my client, Maggie Bird. However, you were setting her up to take the fall behind the poor girl's back. No! Order. That is an extraordinary development. Witness, did you murder Mr. Glenn Elk? Never! I could not do such an horrible thing. No. Wait, let's go to. The bitterness. Every time I get lied to, I always down a mug of coffee. That's one of my rules. Do you have the slightest idea how many cups you've had by now? Then I like to do the same to the person who lied to me. I like to take him down with my empty cup. Listen up, chef. How about a brand new flavor in your ear of my age-deficient friend? Yeah. You must hear me out. It is a trap. Listen to me. Por favor. Wait, that's Spanish. Yo hablo español, Mr. Armstrong, and por favor is Spanish. I'm only going to ask you once. Did you do it? No. Absolutely no. I simply... Let's hear it. You've got one shot, right, Gramps? Witness, the court will permit you the chance to make one final statement. If you lie under oath again, Mr. Godo's coffee mug awaits you, as does my gavel. Okay, it is clear. I've got a bad feeling about this. Very well. Begin your final testimony, Mr. Armstrong. It is true, I hid the body in the kitchen. A man forced me to do it. I had no choice. I had to go along with him because there was a reason why I could not refuse. But I did not kill him, I swear it. You must believe me. And I know who it is. Tigre. You were forced. By who? I cannot say, or I will be erased. Let's try a different question, then. When Mr. Elk died, was he really the person at his table? There was another man. Maggie was right. I knew it! Maggie was telling the truth. You may cross-examine the witness now, Mr. Wright. There's just one more thing I need to do. I gotta break this guy and get him to tell us the name of the real killer. Tigre.
Objection!
Yes! Let's end this dance around the ring around the rosy, Mr. Armstrong. This is the man that you've been referring to. Ah! Who is that? I feel like I've seen him before. Oh, I don't know. Maybe a month ago in this very courtroom? This man is Furio Tigre. He's the manager of a loan office called Tender Lender. There's no point trying to hide the truth anymore, Mr. Armstrong. I know you couldn't go against Mr. Tigre, at least not while he had this on you.
Take that!
A $500,000 loan from a black market loan shark. And you had no way of paying it back, did you? That's why you were forced to do anything this man told you to. Yes, it is as you say. Mr. Armstrong. The tiger, he told me there was going to use my restaurant as a business rendezvous. On the day in question, he was meeting the victim to demand what? He was meeting the victim to demand that repay. I can't fucking... I don't know why it happened like that. I just did what he told me to. I had no choice. I carried the body and the inconscient Maggie out of the dining area and into the kitchen, and after that I just tried to forget what I had seen. The man who forced your hand was Mr. Furio Tigre. I do have one further question for you, Mr. Armstrong. The poison and the lottery ticket that were found in the defendant's pocket, was that your doing as well? No, I knew nothing about that. Making it look like it was Maggie who had done it, I was not. It is despicable. Mr. Godo, you will summon this Furio Tigre as a witness. I doubt that can be arranged today, so we will adjourn for now. Proceedings will continue tomorrow. You must have him as a witness. No way. 30 minutes. What? The trial will go on. I'll see to it myself. I need half an hour to get that guy on the stand. Not a minute more. How then? Don't sit back and relax yet, trite. No one knows if that chef is really telling the truth or not. This trial could still go either way. Very well. Your request is granted, Mr. Godo. We will resume once Mr. Tigre is ready to take the stand. Until then, the court is adjourned for a 30-minute recess. Yes. Save. And I get some water. Be right back. Let's continue. Got some water. Alright, Tigre. Let's get the show on the road. Court lasted fucking... Hey, that's the pot calling the kettle black, Mr. That's the pot calling the kettle black, little Miss Top. It's not a top knot. Never mind about the hairs. Calm down, alright? I can't stand still when I don't have a job to do. I kind of get wound up. No kidding. You gotta have something to do. Anything. Well, hey, I'm gonna get a job back at the precinct. I could get some prints analyzed for you if you got an hour. An hour? The trial will have reconvened by then. But Nick, we still don't have a really decisive piece of evidence, right? True. Without some kind of trump card to pull out the bag, we're really stuck. You said you could get some fingerprint analysis done in an hour? You bet. In that case, would you mind checking the prints on this for me? I didn't even get a chance to save. They said they fucked up, right? They couldn't do the fucking dust. Yeah, because covered in some unidentified fingerprints, so get them. If you're going to go back to the station anyway, could you find out whose prints are on these? Oh hey, that small bottle I gave back to you this morning, right? Yeah, I think it's the time we solved this last mystery of who the prints belong to. Sure thing, pal. Actually, that's been gnawing at me too. Small bottle given to Detective Gumshoe. Okay, I'll get this off to the lab right away. Just make sure you don't lose the case before I get back. Got you, homie. It's pretty much the final showdown, I guess. It's time to separate the phonies from the real guys. Bring it on. Court will now reconvene. Mr. Goda, did you find this Furio Tigre? I even tamed him for you. It was a 3-cup job, no problem. Tamed him? The guy's name may be Furio Tigre, but come on. He's pretty lively. Be careful, he still bites. Very well. Please show Mr. Tigre to the stand. Holy shit. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Don't hide under the table, Maya, unless there is room for me down there too. Would you mind? What did you say to me? Nothing! I didn't say nothing. I'm gonna guess that feel whatever. This is that's progress. The judge. I got business to take care of here. So who the hell called me into this hole? Is it you, Spiky? Ah, no, of course not. It was the judge. Your Honor? Oh dear. I seem to have dropped my pen. Your Honor. That's it. We're doomed. There's no need to shout. We can all hear you. What you say? There's no point struggling. You're caught in a snare. The relentless snare of the law. Go do with the fucking smooth talk. And I'm the one that owns you in. Too cool. You know about the incident. Incident? I don't know nothing about no stinking incident, mass boy. You mean you didn't attend the previous trial of Maggie Bird? Maggie who? I got more important things to do than watch courtroom dramas. Well, perhaps you could give your testimony then. Please tell us about what you did on the day of the murder. Phoenix Wright. You's the one who set this up, didn't you? You's gonna regret the day you ruffled the tiger's fur. You hear what I'm saying? Maybe I should have brought a diaper with me today. Get a grip, Nick. Get out of the table, bitch. I don't know nothing about no murder. I was tied up with business in December last year. Spent all my time in my office. I got whales lined up, borrowed cash from tender lender every single day. Please, when I check my alibi, just ask for your letter. Ah, at last I found my pen. Very well then, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination. I know a ton of games that guy in blue plays. That lowlife ain't no lawyer. He just punches away at stupid details till he wins. Lowlife, me? Listen up, smarty. Every time you ask me some of that ding-dong don't relate to this craze, I'm gonna bill you 50K, and you's gonna borrow the cash from me. That's one loan contract I refuse to sign. Yeah. And don't think about it. So I can't press him, huh? I love a good spectator sport. Just a minute, that's really not. This witness is, how can I put it, a hungry tiger roaming the urban jungle. Get on with this bad side and he'll bite everyone's heads off. Yours too. Big business. If I don't split now, I ain't gonna catch my bus. The court will impose a penalty for any irrelevant pressing of the witness testimony. Keep that in mind as you begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You can do it, Nick. Come on, come out from under there already, would you, Maya? Okay. Alright, bitch. You're on. I ain't know nothing about no murder. I was tied up with business in December last year. Spent all the time in my office. I got whales lined up to borrow cash from tender lender every single day. You want to check my alibi? Just ask Violetta. Violetta. By Violetta, you're talking about the Cadaverini families. Yeah. You don't want to cross them or you's gonna wind up sleeping with the fishes. Once the Godfather finds out you's been dragging Violetta through the mud, he'll do you in. Sorry, I couldn't quite put it all together towards the end there. He said that just like Viola, didn't he? I got the feeling this might not be the right son to proud about her. Do I press her? I mean, what else am I supposed to gain from her? I could get a penalty for this. No. There's no point in me trying to leave it. Leave it. We're good. I think the system warns me, doesn't it? I better just focus on gathering information at the moment. Now then, Mr. Tigre, would you mind repeating your testimony from the beginning, please? My time ain't free, you hear? You'd better remember that. If I miss that bus, someone's gonna pay. Are you sure about that? We're talking about 1 month ago, you know. You see these teeth? That's how sharp my secretary is. Sharp? He's talking about Viola Cadaverini? She writes everything in my scheduler. December, mainly in the office. That's what it says. That's where I was. That seems like a rather sketchy schedule. There he goes again. What the tiger did all. What's important is what he was doing on the day of the murder. So now what? Press harder. Mr. Secret, what you want? If you wouldn't mind going into a bit more detail.
Objection!
This is a dead end, right? And you know it. Remember the rules.
Objection!
No, it's an essential that we establish the witness's alibi accurately. I agree. The victim was killed on December 3rd. Were you in the office on that day too? Maybe yous ain't listening. Of course I was. I never set foot outside. I had meetings all day with a bunch of cats wanting to do business with me. I ain't never seen that young kid before. Mr. Godo, if you could please... Mr. Tigre, the court asked you to add that to last statement. You just fucking doomed yourself. You doomed yourself.
Objection!
Right there. You claim you didn't know Mr. Glenn Elg. But it appears that Mr. Elg knew you. What? Mr. Elg left this little note on his calendar. Meet with the tiger. And the date? December 3rd. December 3rd? That's the day of the murder. Because on the very day of the incident, you met with him. His hair. What the fuck? Sorry. I was just messing with you to see how good you were. Did you hear that, Nick? He said you're not bad. That's one compliment I can do without. Plus, he's lying through his teeth. Witness, please remember that you're under oath. Lies will not be tolerated here. You calling me a liar? Is that what you're doing? So you're saying that your claim to have never seen the kid before is the truth? I said I'm dead serious. You better believe that's the truth. Ha! Then I'd say that gives me time to enjoy another cup of pure black magic. That is, while you testify for the court again, Mr. Tigre. Would you mind indulging the court, witness? He never actually met the victim. That's gotta be a lie right there. Such a bad liar. Reminds me of the first case. I ain't no liar. I never met Glen Elk. There was some lame guy with that name, though. Wanted to borrow cash from me. I had a meeting with the guy at my office, tender lender. I waited around for him, but he ain't ever showed. I never ain't been to Trey Bien joint. Yo's here. I see. That all seems perfectly logical. You had arranged to meet with the victim, but he didn't show up. I've heard it's pretty hard to keep appointments when you're dead. Very well. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Didn't I tell you... That bill's going straight to you. Right. Grr. Not before I took you into jail, bitch. Alright, so I can't press too hard here either. At my office, tender lender. I gotta be careful. I gotta be careful where I press him. According to the manager of the firm where the victim worked, December 3rd was the date he had to repay his loan. He wasn't due to discuss borrowing money, but repaying what he owed. Oh, yeah, well, maybe he used right. Whatever it was going down at the beginning of December. So you did meet Mr. Elk then. Hey, Bright, you might want to cool your jets a sec. I set up a meeting with the guy at my office, tender lender. There's something very fishy about this, but I'm afraid to press it. YOLO. So your meeting wasn't supposed to be a trade bid then. Why do I want to go to a dump like that? I want to talk with my clients. I got an office decked out for the job. I got the best punching bag you ever saw in there. Not exactly a professional office you got there, you know. So you were in your office on the day in question. I waited around for him, but he ain't ever showed. Because does this allow me permission to press more? So what about what about Gene's testimony? Because by then, Gene said that he was in his fucking office, right? So if I just straight up present Gene, but no, we don't know if he's actually like telling the truth or not. What do we have, man? Oh.
Objection!
Dab. Matches. What you was talking about? We found them in your office at Tenderlender. They're from that restaurant. What? If you've really never been to Trey Bin before, what was the book of restaurant matches doing on your desk? You've been snooping around my stuff now too, wise guy. What are you, my ball and chain? Ain't no broad controlling me. Order, order, order. Well, witness, I think it's time you started telling us the truth, don't you? Ooh. Sorry. What? But listen good, alright. I might have been there, but I still never met that kid. Well, well. Looks like the order just came in for another testimony. I'm this close to proving it was him. He did meet Glenn Elk that day, and he did put poison in his coffee. He must have. At Trey Bin. Yes, Your Honor. Hold it! If I wait around here, I'm gonna make the normal express. No more stupid questions. Ha! No problem. Anytime Tripe presses you on something irrelevant, I'll see he pays a penalty. That's my job. Your job is to slam that little hammer of yours and call a guilty verdict. So do it! This special express train ain't cheap, right? Just so you know you's paying. I'm not. I'm not paying it, because you're a massive pussy. Alright, let's do it. Okay, let's see. I saw one ugly scene. Oh shit, I didn't mean to. But how did you get the matches? When exactly did you pick up the matches then? There are matches just inside the front door. Our detective friend moved up trouble with the chef after taking 5 books home. Poor Gumshoe. It's almost enough to make a man cry. I heard the cop sirens on my way out, and I went, wait, no, he doesn't deserve Goto's voice. Fuck you. I heard the... Well, Nick, what do you think? He's running out of ways to avoid the truth. I need to press him fast before he has time to think things through. I've got to come right back at him with a contradiction. Be careful what you press him on, though, or else you get penalized, okay? You weren't straight back? Did a bout of guilt suddenly hit you for what you did? What are you trying to say? You trying to smooth you've never been guilty of nothing? We all have our crosses to bear. We all have to swallow the dark secrets we have. Like this! The chorus room's not exactly the place to talk about dark secrets, is it? Fuck you. You know what I have? I have the power of time travel. Fuck yourself. Okay. So it has to be this. But what about fucking... Because if you open the door to the joint, then wouldn't have the old man song instead? Because I don't understand whether if, like... If you open the door, you saw one ugly scene. Let me check out my evidence that I can check again. Okay. That doesn't really prove anything. So if the victim was here... The entrance right here. He can't see anything. That's right, bitch.
Objection!
Let's go. You're something of a loan-collecting pro, aren't you, Mr. Tigre? No one escapes the tiger's clutches. Well, I'm something of a lie-detecting pro. Ooh, Phoenix, you fucking... You make me drink my water. And no one escapes the Phoenix clutches. I think it's time we got something straight. What's this, Trite? A new line of irrelevant questioning. These are the floor plans of a crime scene. You say you were standing at the entrance, Mr. Tigre. From there, your field of vision would have been covered by an area something like that. Indeed, the witness would have had a clear view of the victim's seat. Isn't that what I just said? I saw the back of the kid's head. No. Unfortunately for you, that is not possible. If the court would think back, you'll remember that between each of the tables is a tall partition. That is true. Now look at the plans again. The truth is painfully obvious. From the entrance, the field of vision of any customer walking in ends here. He's sweating. Let's go. Look at him. Snarling like that. So, from the entrance of the Trilogy, you couldn't have seen the victim's seat, but you did see the victim that day, because you met with him.
Objection!
Wrong. Have you forgotten the old man's testimony yesterday? The victim was alone at his table.
Objection!
But the defense just proved that point to be moot. The victim, witnessed by Mr. Kudo, was not Glenn Elg, but a fake. What? In order to have Mr. Kudo falsely testify, the real killer posed as the victim he had just killed and acted out a charade. That will do. This trial has gone on long enough without the obvious question being answered. Who exactly was this real killer who impersonated the victim? What? You say the killer murdered Glenn Elg, then impersonated his victim in a performance for Victor Kudo. Reveal the identity of this criminal to the court.
Take that!
Obviously, the killer is Furio Tigre. No one else could have done it. What? Well, witness? Now that's cute. Yous think you can pin this on the tiger? Maybe yous don't understand. The tiger is king of the jungle. So I dares you say it again. Come on, you got the guts. You can't threaten me, Mr. Tigre. It's the defense. Go ahead and tell the witness, Mr. Wright. Sounds to me like it must be you, old man. You've got the guts, I'll give you that. Mr. Wright, do not leave me to handle this alone. But perhaps I can end this embarrassment. Mr. Godo, let's just go back over Mr. Kudo's testimony one more time. The old man didn't see the victim. Oh, no. The serving girl brought her Frappuccino, but she put something in it. There's no question about it. She very consciously put some white powder in there. Was the victim he saw the real victim or not? That doesn't matter. The fact remains, he saw the accused put the poison in the coffee. The waitress who poisoned the coffee. Objection! Very impressive, Mr. Godo. Waiting for my absence to launch your attack. Ha! Found your pen at last, right? It was in my pocket. But anyway, Mr. Kudo witnessed two people that day. He saw the victim, the supposed Mr. Glenn Elg, and the waitress from behind. Yes, your point, Mr. Wright. I think the conclusion is obvious. If this Glenn Elk was really the killer in disguise, then surely it's possible the waitress was also part of the show. What? You don't mean the waitress was an imposter as well? The defendant, Miss Bird, fell unconscious immediately after the incident, and someone used her fainting to hatch an elaborate plan to pin the murder on her. Who on earth was it? I'm sorry, Viola.
Take that!
Who is this woman? Her name is Viola Cadavarini. She is an employee of Tender Lender. You's making a big mistake. Don't you know whose Viola's grandfather is? You better be going home in an armored truck tonight, if you know what I mean. Stop shaking, Nick. Where was I? Yes, the defendant, Miss Bird, has stated the following. Well, when I took the coffee over to the victim's table, it's true that there was another customer in the restaurant. She was sort of creepy, and she had a kind of cackling laugh. There was too many contradictions in this case. The second man at the victim's table, who nobody but Miss Bird seems to have seen, and the earpiece worn by the victim in his left ear when the eardrum was ruptured, and the radio show he was supposedly listening to in half an hour after it was actually over. There is only one logical explanation that clears up all these contradictions. The whole incident took place twice, one for real and one is for show. And, Mr. Furio Tigre, the only person who could have committed the crime is you. Witness, what have you got to say? That's cute. Sorry? Yous were right. I can deal with a guy like you, Brown. What do you mean? Okay, I'm in on this game. I'm gonna have to charter a jet to get into a meeting now, but I'm gonna give yous one more thing to think about before I go. Something to think about, huh? Yous got it wrapped up all nice, huh, right? But yous missed out one important real thing. But that can't be. I was in the joint that day, and I met that kid too. But I couldn't have poisoned him. Yous hear? What? Did you really expect us to believe you now, Mr. Tigre? Huh. What a troublemaker. Troublemaker. Looks like we're going to need another one for the road. One more steaming pot of hot testimony. Do it. I fucking dare you. Ties to the victim. Yeah, I loaned El cash, about 100K. That day, we was due to have a little chat. The kid had hit his paycheck date, see? So anyway, he tells me he's got no way to pay up. I'm about to flatten the guy when he starts screaming, "Yes, I won! $500,000. He got lucky, you know. Real lucky. If that waitress hadn't done what she done, everything would have been over. Now, I see that the principal amount you loaned Mr. Elk was 50K. Yeah, well, you've got the VIG to take into account. Interest builds up fast, you know. That's faster than fast. 100K is twice his principal. And the repayment deadline was December 3rd, the day of the incident in question. Yeah, he was one lucky kid. He's got that $500,000 just in time. So I ain't about to have no reason to kill the kid. And if I ain't got no motive, you ain't got no case. His motive? He has one, but what is it? The medical papers. Right, what? Am I allowed to press him? I'm not sure if I'm allowed to press him. medical papers.
Objection!
Yes! So you just intended to get 100K back from Mr. Elk, huh? I loaned the guy the cash, and that's my right. Unfortunately for Mr. Elk, 100K wasn't enough to cover it, was it? About 6 months ago, you were involved in a traffic accident, weren't you? An accident involving a car and a scooter in which a young woman was injured. She was taken to the hospital where she underwent surgery. These medical papers document the treatment of the young woman in question. According to these, her operation cost $1 million. Payment for these expenses was due in December of last year and was paid in full. No one would pay a bill like that. If the medical association of it, the hospital would end up dead in the morgue. But Mr. Tigre had no choice but to pay, because his very life depended on it. Indeed it did, simply because the injured woman was none other than Viola Cadaverini. What did you say, Cadaverini? I did. Brutal Cadaverini, mob boss in charge of all underworld activities in the city, and doting grandfather to his precious Violetta, also known as Viola Cadaverini. Your life was in danger unless you paid compensation to the boss, correct? It makes sense. You were desperate to acquire the $1 million Cadaverini demanded of you. So desperate, in fact, that you decided to sacrifice Glenn Elk's life to pay your debt.
Objection!
It's a nice little fairy tale, right? But even if the witness did need $1 million, that doesn't tie him to Mr. Elk's murder. Mr. Elk only owed him 100K and had no hope of repaying it anyway. Objection! I don't think so. In fact, the opposite is true. The opposite. Lending more money with no hope of ever seeing repayment was normally bad for business, but in this case, the very fact that Glenn Elk had no way to repay the money is crucial. What? Do you know where you're going with this, Nick? You've got to think outside the box, man. Outside the box. It's very straightforward. Mr. Tigre wasn't after 100K at all. The lottery ticket.
Take that!
What? Wait, hold on. Was it the wrong one? Oh, my bad. Shit. Ugh, this is my last chance. My health has never been this low before. Oh shit.
Take that!
Glenn Elk was a programmer, a highly skilled programmer. That skill was the collateral Mr. Elk put up in order to borrow the money. Care to explain how skill can be used as collateral to secure a loan, Troy? He had the skill to create a computer virus, and so he did. A virus known as MC Bomber. A computer virus? What does one of those do? A computer virus is a program that wreaks havoc inside the computer. What does one of those do? I guess the beard isn't the only part of honor that storage. I explain it to you later, Your Honor. Right now, this is an important point. A virus like MC Bomber would be worth several $1 million on the black market. Mr. Tigre, you couldn't have cared less about the 100K. Isn't that right? All you cared about was one thing, the virus. On the day of the murder, Mr. Tigre's sole intention was to get his hands on this CD. Glenn Elk had no way of paying back the 100K, and Mr. Tigre knew it. But then a miracle happened. The kind of Mr. Tigre would prefer to say never happened, but he can't, and neither can I. The lottery win. Exactly. At the 11th hour, Mr. Elk won $500,000 on the lottery, which left Mr. Tigre with no way of getting his hands on the onboard CD. At least no legitimate way. So he resorted to illegitimate means. That's crazy. He murdered Glenn Elk and then made his next move to frame Maggie Bird for the crime. Mr. Tigre posed as Glenn Elk, while Viola Catarini played the role of Miss Bird. And then they reenacted the whole thing in order to establish a witness. The witness being the one we all heard testify yesterday, Mr. Victor Kuda.
Objection!
Like I said, Tri, that's crazy. No one could pull off a stunt like that. For starters, there's no way the chef could have been kept in the dark about it.
Objection!
Well, Mr. Armstrong was in on it from the very beginning. Have you forgotten already, Mr. Godo? Mr. Armstrong owed the witness money too. $500,000. He had no choice but to go along with Mr. Tigre's plan. I agree. You do. Despite your appearance, you are very careful. That's why you took one more precaution. One more trick to make sure Mr. Bird had no way out. Interesting. Why don't you fill us all in, Trey? I'm saving. What was the trick you say Mr. Teague performed the frame? Oh no. Became the lawyer because he was the phony, right? Because there's no way. Okay, here's my reasoning. So if it was Mr. Tigre and his way of becoming and framing her, he had to make sure that I didn't take the case, and therefore he had to be the lawyer in which got her guilty. So if that's the case, then what the fuck, right? Because there's no other way. No other evidence here has his thing on it except this. Boom. What on earth is that? What an insult to think anyone could be fooled by such childish imitation. Consider yourself insulted, Your Honor. Mr. Tigre, you didn't just pose as a victim on the day in question. A month ago, in this very court, you posed as me. What? That's the truth. The witness looks nothing like you, Mr. Wright. Although, now that I think about it, it was you, wasn't it? No doubt it was you, standing in here, this very court, a mere month ago. The Phoenix Wright who put up the most disreputable, shabby defense I've ever seen. How did the judge actually lays down the law here?
Objection!
Can you prove that, Gramps? Prove that the attorney who represented the accused here a month ago was this man? Are you prepared to take the stand and testify that it was him? Hey. Forget about it, yeah? What? I wouldn't do something like that, not me.
Objection!
Have you no pride, sir?
Objection!
This isn't a matter of pride. In case you didn't know, Tri, here in court, we deal with people's lives. Mr. Godo was right. Your Honor, speaking for myself, I am absolutely convinced. The attorney in question was the witness standing before me now. However, I preside over this court as the judge with the vested power to hand down a verdict. Someone in my position cannot be swayed by memory without evidence in court. No! Judge, I trusted you. The court will now excuse the witness. The circumstances surrounding Mr. Teague are dubious for sure, but not conclusive. We've come so far. You say he impersonated Glenn L. You say he impersonated you, but none of that adds up to a murder charge. You don't have a shred of evidence that poisoned the victim's coffee. Yeah! Come on, Gumshoe, give me the bottle. Gumshoe, give me the bottle. Objection. Someone yell it. Yes! Yeah! Gumshoe! You bet. Clear as crystal, all over the bottle. The inferior Teague is popped, that's alright. That's great. You got him now, Nick. I need to think of something now. Damn. Sorry, Tigre. You're on. Yeah, you're not on the off. I have to. But is it really right?
Take that!
excuse from phony evidence. Hell yeah, right? Let's go. This is the decisive evidence that will prove your guilt. Why? Because it contains potassium cyanide. The poison used to murder Elga, Your Honor. The victim's killer used this very bottle. And on this bottle, Mr. TV, we found your fingerprints. Well, how do you explain that? He just admitted it. You still haven't figured it out? Don't you realize what you just said? You were summoned to this court for the first time earlier today. If you really had nothing to do with murder, you shouldn't have known all the little details. For instance, you shouldn't have known what kind of bottle the potassium cyanide was in. But just now, you slipped up in front of every single person in this courtroom. You described the exact bottle used by the killer to hold the poison. And no one cares, because you're fucking dead. Let's go, dude! Sure, the last piece of evidence was phony. But that's just what you deserve. The phony trial with a phony lawyer. It was all played out by you, the biggest phony of all. Well done. Trite. I saved my 17th cup of coffee just for you. Oh, okay. Savor it. While you watch the police restrain your prey. Hey, Maggie. Mr. Wright, you caught a tiger by his toe, but if this one hollers, he won't be let go. Now then, how are things going with Mr. Tigri, Mr. Goga? He's being arrested on suspicion of the murder of he is being arrested on suspicion of the murder of Glen Elg, Your Honor. Fortunately for us, we managed to rectify a very grave error. Miss Bird was found guilty in the absence of a genuine defense attorney. Yes, she was. And in the absence of a genuine evidence. The tiger made one mistake. Indeed. He very nearly got away with everything if it wasn't for that one slip of the tongue. Furio Tigri is truly a frightening criminal. The truly frightening one is that defense attorney over there. Godo. Well, I am now in a position to deliver my verdict. This court finds the defendant, Maggie Bird, not guilty. Let's go. That is all. This court is adjourned. Mr. Wright, I'm at loss for words. Thank you, sir. Congratulations, Maggie. I was so mad when Mr. Wright landed me all that trouble a month ago, but now I feel like I can forgive him. Hey, that wasn't me, Maggie. That was the tiger. Look, Nick, in the doorway. Oh, it's Gumshoe. Confess your love, maybe? Oh, guess I'll be heading off then. See you around, pal. Wait! Detective Gumshoe. Oh yeah. Congratulations, Maggie. Thanks. Why didn't you say that in your testimony, then? Well, Well, guess I'll be heading off then. See you around. See you later. Wait up, detective. He just ran off. Maggie, why aren't you being so hard on him? He busted his butt for you. It's thanks to him that we got the medication bottle. That wasn't even in use, but it's only because Mr. Wright used it so cleverly. Detective Gumshoe was running around in circles. Poor guy. Looks like he still isn't ready to forgive him. Can't you put a good word for him, Nick? Yeah, Maya's right. I should help Gumshoe out. It's clear he needs it. The food. Maggie, you know, Detective Gumshoe's been really worried about you through all of this. I wanted to believe that, sir, but on that first day of the trial, he practically gave the judge a free pass to lock me up. He didn't have any choice, Maggie. He's a detective. He has to report the facts. I've got to prove to her that Gumshoe really cares about her. I know. I'll give her a little present to celebrate her freedom.
Take that!
Here you are. A present to celebrate your freedom. A present from Detective Gumshoe made with ton of love. He said you lost weight and he was worried about you. I actually really like weenies, you know. Did you guys hear that? Pretty hungry myself, you know. Yeah, the trial dragged on for a bit today, didn't it? Is it okay if I eat this now? Aw, that's so cute. How is it, Maggie? It's really good. God, brings a tear to my eye too. So the case of the phony versus genuine comes to an end. The false allegations surrounding Maggie have all been cleared up. And who knows, maybe a whole new chapter of her life is about to start. That's so cute. Hey Edgeworth, how you doing?